Hey guys, GMs. We got a lot of new GMs now, and they start to use some of the Bethica material, the player's guide, and the campaign world. And at this video, I'll try not to make this too long, and hopefully it ain't too boring. I even added in some background music in it, just to maybe give it some life or whatever. I'm not a good public speaker, but what I want to do is just make everybody aware of what's actually in the campaign world. I mean, there is a lot of stuff. I'm not sure if it's on the level of Forgotten Realms or anything, Greyhawk or whatever, but I mean, there is tons and tons of information. If you want to start running your own unique campaign, I mean, there's various locations in the world that you can go to. They all got their own unique character. I got them broken down as like a world maps, and then I got regional maps, and then I got individual maps. I mean, I got details on not only just cities, villages, and towns, but also just forests and mountain ranges and deserts. There, people always ask about is there any place for what do you call it, like water campaigns or piracy or whatever. I mean, I got islands. I mean, I got everything that you could use and need. There's always room to add more. UGMs know that this is as I call it, living, breathing world where you just, as you guys do things or ask me, we add it into the world. Um, One of our GM's battle is pretty good with all that. Every time he wants to run something, he asks me, say, "Hey Warren, could you create this location, or get me more detail to this location, or whatever." So I'm always open, excuse me, to the GMs and even the players to add things to the world. I don't consider this just my world. I consider it all our worlds. All the players, future players, anyone. You have a unique, what's the word? Um, you have a unique role in the making of this campaign world that I'm sharing with everybody, whoever wants to run D&D or play in the D&D world or want to have something different than the norms, the normal worlds and campaign worlds that are out there. So, some of you guys know who've been running this. You know that if you say, "Hey Warren, add this," I add it, or change this, I change it. So feel free to add me to ask me to add stuff to the world, or maybe there's something that you think I need to tweak or update or whatever. But the purpose of this video, as I said, is to I just want to show everybody what is here. There's a lot of content, and that's more than you can ever just try to search and find. So I thought I'd do this video and give you some details, as much information as I can without going nuts and crazy, hour-long video, just to show you, what is all involved, or all the content that is in the World of Bethica Campaign Guide. Okay, so first let's go here. So this is what they call it, the book campaign now. I mean, you can find that by going here. Oh no, in your case, you're gonna find it. No, where are you gonna find it? Since it's the module, I guess you could find it here. You have to open up the module, find the campaign world or wherever it is. Let's see, right here, load it, and then, oh yeah, then it's here. Okay, so you go here, and then you can click on here. I mean, you can search here if you want to know more, like parcels that's in tables or whatever that might be in here, stories and stuff like that. But you can go here. It's the best thing to go, and that brings this up, which we was using earlier. Okay, so that'll bring this up. All right. So here's just the cover. There's not much here that you need to worry about the world. Here's all the information about the world that's here. That's telling you about Bethica. You can click this and bring up the map. We'll get into that later. But just I mean, I don't know if I'm going to get into the history of it. So, but let's see. I might get into some of that as we go on. I haven't scripted this out, but anyway, you go here. You can get more information about the world. If you want to know about universal battles, as our group here, you can go here. Um, Here are all the maps. You want to go to the list of maps. So here's all the list of maps that I have. Fantasy Ground does not give us much space. It gives us like 100 megabytes, I do believe, to add. But we can put it into a module anyway that I can upload to the site. So I have to be careful how many maps. I mean, it's a lot of. I have a lot of maps and everything, but I just couldn't all put it in here. Maybe I need to create a separate map module or something so we can get all that. But even then, like with the limited space they give us, you only can put so much in here. But anyway, I got here at least some of the important maps, the world map, the regional maps, and stuff like that. Let's see, what we got here. And this has with some of the regionals. We got the continent map. So this is the whole eastern continent. There's a west side as well, but we won't get into that. That's on the whole eastern side of Bethica. We have like some regional maps here. So basically, this little area here, if we go back to the continent map, that's this little tip here. So I try to break these down in regions so you can zoom in and have more details and more information. But if you go here, this gives you, oops, right here. And also just note, I got pins on these maps too. So you can like, if you want to know about the city of Janelle, so you can click that, and that'll bring up a map and some information here. You can click there. Um, Let's see, we got the Dark Regional, which is this is a good map to use for low-level campaigns, like Tier 1 and maybe even some Tier 2. There's a lot of areas here to adventure. I'm still working on some of this because lost some information here, so I'm trying to update a lot of this material in here. If you see this, it's because I don't have an image. I'm not sure what to put there, but I will be putting an image here. So I put this here as a placeholder. But yeah, this area, like if you want to run something low level, I guess even high level, tier 1, it's up to you, whatever you want to run. But I always thought this was a good adventure network for like low level, probably tier 1s and tier 2s where the players can, start in this location, build some NPC connections and stuff, and venture. That's a lot of areas. Like I said, I got information here on all these areas, so that's tons of places to go to adventure in here. Okay. Um, but anyway, I won't get too much into that. But this is pretty much how things work. Like I say, you got the continent map, but then we got the regional map, like the Western Woods here. Oops. This is all new here. This is the east side of Bethica. All right, so you have right here. This is the east side of Bethica. The Western Woods is the west side. So this area is all the way over here. Okay, so everything past to the west of this map is this area here. Okay, if you zoom in. Yes, I think I hit right here. This east lead right here. It shows now that leads you to the eastern side. And this is I'm developing. Again, this is where there's an evil race called the Nordox. Okay, they dominated the world way back hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and that's pretty much how Bethica got started. The gods looked for Genghis Abram to come here and drive off the Nordox, and that's pretty much what they did. They came here and drove them off to the west. So the Nordox have been festering here for centuries now, and actually in some cases, depending on the campaign, they've been massing an army to try to come back and take over the east. But anyway, I'm developing this area here, add more content here, like this one little area here. So. But I really wouldn't. Well, it's up to you. I consider this a high-level location. This is like over here what you're probably dealing with, especially if you start running to the Nordox. Over here, you're definitely going to be running to high TR creatures. So this is probably, if you run over here, you probably want to run like tier 3, tier 4 in this area, because you're definitely going to run into some high level NPCs and stuff. All right. So that's enough on the map. So this is where you would find all the maps and information. Like I say, here's more details on all the regional maps here. Um, if you want to know about the territories and kingdoms, but here's the detailed information about that. If you want to know about the kingdom of Abram and their cities, you can come here and you can click on. Oops, you click on here and get details about the cities, the towns in that region. The Kingdom Abram. Well, let's see. I guess we're gonna be jumping back and forth here. Oops, wrong area. The Kingdom of Abram. Come on. That's gonna be over here. Okay. Maybe I should. Let me see. Maybe I should do this. Do this. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Okay, let me take this. I might be referring to this a lot. So keep that there. All right. So, but anyway, as I was saying, the Kingdom Abram is pretty much everything here along the east here. Okay, and now I fall down here to Timbuktu territory, pretty much here, but the Abram Kingdom runs all the way from here all the way down to Reuben here, and then it comes over as far as this area here. So I mean, I can't cut it out. Maybe I'll make a map like cut out the different regions in here. But yeah, this is all the Abram Kingdom. This is the guy who came over and fought the Nordox. Basically, the Nordox was running things. The gods didn't want to intervene, like gods like to do. They don't like to go in and want the mortals to be in control of their own destiny. But yet, he goes over and finds this great warrior and brings him over here, right? So that's influence, if you ask me. But anyway, so he brought Abram over here to take out the Nordox, and there was a big war hundreds of years ago, and Abram kind of pretty much stayed here with his people, and they pretty much built this whole area. This is where the humans are all located right here. So the majority of the humans are here, which we call Valari. But if you're running this in your own setting, or you don't have to use our races. I have all the same D&D races. We just have different names for them. Like humans are called Valari, elves are called Inwins, dwarves are called Ingemars, and stuff like that. Right here, this is the Ingemar Kingdom. It's where the dwarves live. The humans are here. Down here, we call a race of Timbuktus. Those are like your canine races. We'll get into some of that. Over here, down here, we have a Sakari, like a feline. We have two feline races. They kind of like, I don't know if you remember like Star Trek back in the day. What do you mean? What's the difference? Can't you tell? I'm white on one side, he's black on the other. You know, and I'm white on the left and he's black on the left. You know, or I was white on the left and but white on one side and black on the other side, and the other one was black on one side, white on the other side. Well, anyway, sorry to get into that, but basically the feline races are broken down into two clans where they kind of separated. You got the ones with stripes, like your tigers, your leopards, or spots or stripes. So you got your tigers and your leopards and your teeter types of felines, and they're pretty much are Sakare. And this is Kure. This is where they are up here. Where you have your solid color ones like your lions, your panthers. I'm not sure all the different solid colored cats, but those are called your Nakanis, and they're over here in Kalar. So this is their territory is over here. The felines that are solid color, and then the striped and spotted color felines are down here. Let's see, your halflings. My halflings are all over. I mean, they don't have like their territory per se. They like just everywhere, you know. But they do have their own little village called Cheshire. I always forget how to pronounce it. Yeah, I created, but I forgot how to pronounce some of these words sometimes. But anyway, you'll find your halflings, which we call grandmens, and they were here. They're here, okay? But of the other gnomes, we have gnomes, but they don't really have a kingdom here. What race did I got? The elves. Oh yeah. Elves, what we call Inwins, are here. We have two types of elves. We have Kuvanars and we have Inwins. Inwins are more like your wood elves, where Kuvanars are more like your high elves. Okay, they're big on studying and learning. Not just learning magic, but just learning anything. They just like bookworms, man. They love to learn everything. They're very fragile, um, fragile race, but and technically in some cases, I don't really consider them elves, but for the sake of D&D, because when I designed this for a different system, and I moved it into D&D. So I thought, now, well, we should have like at least like have like a high elf or magicals, elves or something like that. So that's your Kuvanars here, and then like I say, your wood elves are here, your Injamars, which are your dwarves, are here. So I guess I got covered the humans. Well, the standard D&D races are humans, elves, halfling, and dwarves, and then you got your gnomes. I mean, well, I'm old school D&D, but then you got your half orcs and stuff like that now, which they don't really. Yeah, basically I focused on your humans, which we call Valaris, the Injamars, which we call, your humans, which we call Valari, dwarves, which we call your Injamars, halfling, which we call Grambins, wood elves, which we call Inwins, and high elves, which we call Kuvanars. So those five basic races from D&D that we definitely focus on. And then we have some of the unique ones to Bethica, which is your Timbuknis, your Sakaris, and your Nakanis. Like your Timbuknis are canines, Sakaris and Nakanis are your felines. Okay. All right. Like I said, I just want. This might be a little longer video, but those that are interested, I guess you'll listen to it to the entirety. But I'm jumping around a little bit. But I'm gonna get to more of this. Maybe what I need to do is focus on. Hold on. Do this in case I go back. All right. Maybe I'm gonna focus over here for now. Okay. So anyway, we talked about what the kingdoms are and the difference. So here you can find for the Abrahamic kingdom, which are the humans. We'll just call them humans, so everybody not confused. We know in Bethica we call them Valaris, but these are humans. These are their cities and towns here. So anything you want to know, if you want to know more about the kingdom, here is the history of the Nordic race. Here's what I explained. If you want to learn more about that, you can find that here. And the cities, information I got it broke down. I keep changing the format, trying to come up with different types of formats. And I add this stuff as I go. I try to organize it as best as I can. It's a lot of information to put in here. But this is pretty much a basic format that I've used. Actually, it's kind of more of an old style format. I kind of updated this a little bit. And one day maybe I'll go back and I'll put in the new updated format. But anyway, this is where you find your cities. And the same thing for the towns here. Sometime I might have an image or a map here. I am planning on putting something here. Just haven't come up with it yet. But down here, I'll tell you the community size, population, adults, tell you the size in acres, just to tell you all the races that dominate. Like I said, if you're playing this in a regular D&D, not using like I said, you can use this for any D&D. You can use this for any system actually. This right here doesn't really have statistics and stats. In some cases they might, but for any fantasy world, you can use this campaign guide for any fantasy world. So basically, whatever your fantasy world is, whatever you call humans, you can use Valari. Whatever you call halflings, you use Grandbins. Whatever you call wood elves, you call Inwins. Whatever you use for dwarves, you call Injamars, and then like I said, the Tembucks are canine, Kunas are your high elves. Oh, I forgot about the Navar. Navar's another big race. These are like your half giants. So I guess these would be like your Goliaths. I think that's what we call them in D&D. So they're the Goliath and other race. So basically, they tell you the percentage or how many races are in each area. So let's tell you the wealth limits. If you use wealth, basically the way we use wealth limits, like you can't just go into this town and sell a 5,000 gold piece item. They just ain't gonna have it. This is how much wealth they will have. So this is kind of like, the GMs can use this. They can just sell it. They sell it. It's up to the GM. But we just put this stuff here as guidelines. If they go to a town, they're not gonna have 5,000 gold pieces. So basically, if you want to sell something, this is probably the max you can get. Even if it's that, and that might be just for one person or something, however the GM wants to roll. but we give details about the imports, exports, what they're famous for. So I mean, you can use this as guidelines to help you to understand what's going on in here. But this is pretty much for any of the cities and villages. There's like here's a one village here, and this is where the grandbands live. You can see it's only grandbands. Nobody wants to live in a village full of grandbands. They barely want a couple of them in their towns and their cities. In my mind, I mean, every GM can run it. I love Kinders. I mean, I'm a big Dragonlance fan, so I love Kinders. So in my mind, I kind of drafted the Grimbin sort of like Kinder. Not that they have the same abilities as Kinders and stuff like that, but pretty much when I look at Brandons, I think of them as Kinders. They're just a nuisance. They're always into stuff, always taking stuff that don't belong to them. So there's some cities that don't even allow Grandbins in the city. They have to sneak in. They're there, they're there, but they have to sneak in. But like I said, people really are like rappers always causing trouble. They always into something, doing something or whatever. Borrowing as they would say. That's just I like Kinder, so I kind of that's how I kind of see my Grambins. All right, so anyway, let's jump out of here. So here's more of the inland kingdoms are here. So you want to find out anything about them, you can go there. Forgot about the Damaris. Damaris. All right. Damaris are your Amazonians, as I would call them. It's a race of females. So it was created by a god, the goddess Dahlia, which the other gods always tease her and call them her little dolls, and she doesn't like that. But she kind of, in the early days of Bethica, back before it probably was even called Bethica, she kind of rescued these women during probably your prehistoric times, I guess you would say, as far as Earth history is. She kind of took them and gave them their own little island, and you will find them here, Damaria. This is the island where all the Damaris. We'll call them the Amazonians, okay, Amazon women or whatever. But it's just a race of women. Some people might be offended, but yeah, they don't really like men too much. That's Dahlia's fault, goddess's fault. She kind of turned them against men. As far as they're concerned, I hope I don't offend anybody, but as far as Amazonians are concerned, Dalmarians, men are only good for one thing, and that's a procreation. So they still got to procreate their race. They actually have control over the genders, so they can, or they do say think they have control. I haven't really worked that in. Can they have males? Do they allow, or did Dahlia not allow them to have males? But in either case, however you look at it, there's never been a male. You as a GM, maybe that might be something you might do. Maybe like in the one movie, I think that was Doom. Doom that we shouldn't have any males. And they had their reason why they want a male because it was this great male was going to take her. I mean, you could put something like that in there. I don't know. It's up to you as the GM how you want to run this. But in this case, like I said, they're all females. And if I was to get into a little more details without offending anybody, they don't necessarily enslave men. I mean, they're very beautiful women. Don't need to enslave them, right? But the men to gain their freedom after the fact, in most cases, in Domaria, okay, here, it's a ritual they have to do. They mate with a Domarian woman, then they stay there until she has a child, and then once the child is born, then there's a combat and to prove their worthiness and this and that and stuff, and then they have to fight for their freedom. But like I said, that could be offensive to some people, but the world is what it is, right? I mean, we can't be politically correct in all cases in the world, but every race and everything is unique. But in this particular place, this is how the women are. So as a GM, you can change that. You can run it however you want to run, but it's just the guidelines on who the Damarian women are. Okay. enough of that. All right. So and then Libertaria. So this area here, we'll go here. Libertaria. All right, is everything from Kire all the way down to pretty much here to Dovenport, up in here, and then yeah, that line here. Actually, all of this up here, including the Connie territory. Well, not necessarily the Navars, they did their own thing, but this whole area used to be libertarian. And what that meant was freelance. So basically, you can come and build whatever you want to build, and it's yours. You didn't have to pay taxes or anything. You just come here and boom, I throw up a village, and this is my village. So that's why they call it the freelance. You didn't have to pay taxes. So now they call it libertarian, but they still kind of call it the freelance here. But that's what I said. I said a freelance target. That's not true anymore. There, like this is what happened when we run games and stuff. The thing changes. It used to be that Kire and well, the Sakari Kingdom and Kalar were all part of the freelance. But because of Kalar, they decided that they wanted a king. That was a lord or something that was there, and people just loved him. I mean, he was great. His family has been great. They've been great rulers for centuries or decades, I should say, and people just loved them and loved the family, and they kept wanting to make him king. But it was in the freelance, it was against the law of the coalition. I think it was a coalition, or no, it's not a coalition. Well, I'll get that name later. Um, that nobody could be king. You can have a council, you have rulers, you can have lords, or whatever you want to call them, dukes, whatever, but no one could be king. But the people of Kalar, they didn't like that. They wanted him to be king, so they went against it. That was a huge political fight, but the people won, and now in Kalar, we actually had a king. Well, I did stop at Kalar, all right? So come down here to Kire here. Okay, like I said, Kalar is Draconian felines, Kire is Sakari felines with the stripes. They decided, well, I shouldn't say they decided, there was a pirate, powerful pirate that pretty much lived here. And she said, well, shoot, if they can be kings, if they can have a king, then I could be queen. And so she kind of appointed herself, queen and empresses, if you ask her. But the people were afraid of her, so no one really fought it. They was like, okay, she did it. The lord of the councils that were there, they was afraid of her, so they just bowed down, and then all of a sudden, now we got the Sakari Kingdom now. And so now we got the Sakari Kingdom, we got the Nakani Kingdom, so they both kind of broke away from the freelance here. So this area is no longer freelance for the whole kingdom. You have to pay taxes here. This area is same here. It's no longer freelance. You got to pay taxes here. Um, so that's pretty much how that got started there. And then Southlands was like the center of everything. Southland was like the big city, is the big city. You can think of Southlands as like Waterdeep, okay? Um, so from Southland all the way down to Dover is pretty much freelance. And to this date, nobody's thinking about turning Southland into a kingdom. Um, and they don't really have. I guess they really wouldn't have much of a to have of a kingdom. I don't know. I mean, we haven't got that far, but this anyway. Southlands is still they're still considered freelance. You still got your major city here. So if you're looking for something to run like delete. Oh, here. All right. Come on. Okay, so if you're looking to have a major city and something on the line of Waterdeep, that is this area here. You can see, look at what their wealth limit is. I mean, you can definitely sell, some rare items and very rare items here easily. They would definitely have the wealth to pay for it. But there's details here. There, I guess I'm jumping around here to get to there. Um, okay, so anyway, this was the Libertarians' lands are. These are areas that's within it. Um, we have a new kingdom, Nazar. Well, I created this, and I still can't. I found this word online, and I liked it, and I still can't really say it very well. But yeah, we have this empire, which is far north. So we wanted something that was in the north, the cold region up here, and that's where you will find that up here, right here, empire. You'll find that up here. So we got so anything that's up past here, if you want to do something that's up in the mountains, that's in a cold area, you can run it. And it's got pins on everything. There's once again pins for every location here. So if you need to know information about that, you click the pin and you get more information there. All right. Okay. Like I said, no dragging on, but like I said, I just want to show everything in here. I apologize for being long-winded. Um, and it's up to you if you want to listen further. So this is the Navarre territory here, and that's this area that you will find right here. These are where your half giants are, okay, or your Goliaths. If you're on the D&D 5e straight, then you can consider these guys as where you find your Navarres. And once again, here's all the information. Just click the pin, and you get every information about you. These are not like I call them towns, but like settlements. But because of their size, they're considered towns. But I mean, these are mostly tent cities, tent towns. I think one area actually has structures. Around the Navarre, they used to move around a lot. It's like I'm not nomad, more of like a barbarian tribe. I mean, if you know what a Goliath is, you know how big the Navarres are. But they're civilized. I mean, they're not like barbaric. I mean, they're considered barbarians. They're not barbaric in any way. Some might be, but some may be. But they ended up settling here a few decades ago, and they stayed because they used to just travel all over the place, you know. But they came here in the Azure grasslands, and they just stayed here. Okay. They have a chieftain that runs everything, and then they also have like a what do you call them, shamans. The chief they mainly run by the chieftain and the shamans, and each area has this little special like the shamans. I think all the shamans are here in Galhea, how you say that. I can't pronounce words, guys. Sorry. But anyway, just to give you an idea, this is where you find your Navarres, your half giants, if you want to call them. This is their territory here. And I told you about the Nakanis already. Raybar. Okay, this is something very unique. This is definitely a perfect example. This Raybar was a player character. One of our good friends and that we all love, Lamprey. Um, during the campaign, they kind of moved into this area. They kind of took it over, and all the players decided, hey, we want to make sure this is Lamprey. They made it. They appointed him ruler. I don't know if he's a king yet or whatever. I guess you called it Raybar King. His third name was Raybar. The actual person, his name is Lamprey. So we used that's his Discord name anyhow. So Lamprey's Hope. So he started Lamprey's Hope here, and now we turn this. This is I haven't gotten no information here yet, but we're going to turn this into Raybar's Kingdom in honor of Lamprey. He's a good guy. We love him. But here, click here. There's a little village here this is where Lamprey will live. Like this is the keep here, the fortress, and all the player characters. And they all retired now. They all hit level 20 and stuff. They kind of retired. It was a long campaign that we ran here, but this is where they settled here, over here in Lamprey Hope. So that's where this kingdom is. Told you about the Kuvanar kingdom. Sakari, showed you that already. Showed you some of the Timbuktu. We'll get more into there. Indoor, this is where the Injamars are. This is a new kingdom, new area that kind of started. And I didn't have anything in the middle here. If you go here, this little area right here, I didn't have anything here. Okay, so what I did was I turned this into a kingdom. Um, it's ruled by three siblings, two brothers and a sister. And if you want to run something that's a little more, I don't want to say darker side, like what would they call that? There's a name for that type of campaign. But if you want to run something a little darker side where the players are not necessarily here, I mean, you can run that anywhere. This little area is not necessarily corrupt, but it's, the rulers are not like your best rulers. I mean, they're not like tyrants or anything, but I mean, like I said, if you want to run something a little shady area, this is a good area to run it in. This area, but like I said, you got this city down here, Baston, and you got where's the other one? Baston. You got Jaden, and you got Certain. Certain. This is where the three siblings here. The brother, one of the brothers up here, he's like a little. This guy just loves to fight, man. He just picks battles. He had a big, strong army, and he's always looking to fight someone, which is perfect because right here, up in this area, is where you got the orc towns and the orcs, so they always fight against them, and um, and the orcs are always going after the elves, which are over here in this area here, which is the Endwin Kingdom, and the Kuvanar Kingdom is over here. So, the elves kind of are happy about this dude because they be warned against the orcs, and the orcs kind of leave them alone for the most part in areas here. But I get no much detail. But anyway, if you're looking to run something a little on the shady side, darker side, or whatever, dark fantasy, I think that's what they call it. This would probably be a definitely good area to run that in. All right. So let's see. Let's get out of here. So that's this area right down in here. Okay. Like I say, here goes the elves in between. I mean, on the sides here, they're right in between. All right. Okay. So all right. So this is what I was saying about the one. These are like the regions here, the northern mountains. I mean, I got tons of information here, but I'm still working on all this. There's all this stuff about each area in the dark mountains here. I said northern mountains, the dark mountains. But then you got the northern mountains, which I'm working on here. And this is where? Oh, okay, I haven't put that in yet. But anyway, this is the northern mountains area, and that's everything past here, up here, pretty much what I told you, like here. So I'm gonna be doing stuff up in this mountains here. I haven't really come up with much yet, but except for this empire here. That's a word I can't really pronounce very well. But up here, if you like, say you want to run something in the cold region or whatever, you got all this. And these are humans. We got different types of humans. This is like your northern humans, sort of like your I know your perfect example. On the lines of what do you call those? Oh my God, I can't think of it. That's a show I like about the race of humans. Vikings. So these up here, these humans are like your Vikings. They're very big humans, all big and stocky. The men and women both fight in their armies, stuff like that. But you'll find that's who's up in this area here. So sort of, if you want to run some sort of Viking type campaign, this could be a good area to run it in. And you got right here, got the major city here. It's right on the lake here, frozen lake. They have these special ships that can travel across the ice. So this is all frozen, but they got ships that they can travel on the ice here. They're pretty famous for these ships. They're very custom designed. You really can't get them anywhere else short of Magic. But yeah, they got these little ships that run on ice here. So if you want to run some sort of cold campaign or a snow campaign or a winter campaign or whatever, or something sort of like from your Vikings type or something in the mountains, this might be a good area to run in. All right, let's see. Races and territories. So here, I got to put the links in here. And Excuse me, this is a very extremely old picture. I do have an updated picture for this, but these are all the races of Bethica. There's some old art here, but I got newer art now. But this will be your Sakaris here. This will be your Nakanis. This is your Kuvanars. Here are your Amazonians here. The Domari. Here is your Grambins, which are halflings. Here are your half-giants, which could be your Goliaths, or we call them the Vars. Here's your Wood Elves, Inwins. Here's your Chembuckneys, K9, the Injamar Dwarves, and then your humans. And yeah, I didn't realize. I'm gonna put the links in here to the other races because, well, you don't need to have the races here, but I'll put the links in here from the other players' guide that's here. But this is all the information about all the races. You're gonna see I updated some of the pictures here. So this will be your Wood Elf. This will be your Damari, Injamar, your Grambin, and the Var. I gotta put an image in the Connie. I gotta find that image. Kuvanars. Sicars. I gotta find that image. And here's your Timbuktu, your K9s, and then your humans. I'm gonna update all these, and I got new art and stuff now. I'll be updating some of those. But there's a player's guide, a separate player guide that I'll be doing a separate video for that one. All right, so this is all the races. Like I say, if you run your own D&D campaign, you'll have to worry about this. But if you want to run Bethica, then you can use these. And we use both races. Like when the players play, they can play a Bethica race, or they can play the standard D&D race. We leave it up to the players. Unless we're running a Bethica campaign, and then we might say, oh, you're going to use the Bethica races. But you see, we got a lot of races. That's much more than that, actually. But these are considered. These are considered the major races of Bethica. All right, so here is where you all find like land. So if you want to know about where the deserts are, or badlands, the azure grasslands, the highlands of Bethica, the Orange Hills, these are all like lands. Like here, if you like deserts, this is where the adverse desert would be. So we're just to give you all the information about that. The Badlands. You can find the Badlands right here. So this right here is all the information about the Badlands. The Haunted Wasteland. Haunted Wasteland, let's get that. Haven't made a map of this yet, this region, but at some point I might. Haven't gotten there yet, but this area, just give some information about this area. There's two ruined cities here. How you say it? Harabanga and Modos. I can't say these. But just so you know, this is Sodom and Gomorrah backwards. So you can see Sodom, Gomorrah backwards because it's on the same theory, and I thought it'd be cute to add them in here. So basically, these two cities this was like the pinnacle, is that the right word, of Bethica. This is where the most famous places in Bethica. This was not a wasteland. It was beautiful, green, rich, perfect farming land, whatever, forest. But the people kind of got above themselves, thought they didn't need the gods, thought they were better than the gods, thought they should be worshipped, and so on and so on. And people were starting to worship. They had it all. Wealth, magic, they had it all. People used to travel far and wide to come here, But anyway, like gods do, they got jealous and they cursed the land, and now it's a wasteland. So this is, if you want to run a undead campaign, this could be a good area to run it in if you want. If any of the GMs that run with us need me to start fleshing this out, start adding more stuff into his, maybe there might be cities or something or in here. Well, mainly there's not but undead. If you die, you don't. If you die in a haunted wasteland, you rise as an undead. Which type undead is random, but if you die here, you might as well forget you're not going to paradise, or you're not going to hell, whatever you want to call it, Hades. You're going to rise as undead here, and this place is infested with undead. This is a recommended tier 2. Most creatures you're going to find here are CR12 or less, so it's a pretty dangerous location. Um, but one day I'll start fleshing this out with more and more. Anyway, I'll start putting some ruins in here and stuff. Other than that, for GM to use and run. Um, but anyway, like I said, this place is full of undead of every type, powerful undead. I mean, mostly like your zombie. Well, mostly, I mean, I say unintelligent undead, but you got your zombies, your skeletons, your wraiths, specters, stuff like that. Not like your vampires or your liches. You know, pretty much your ghouls and stuff. That's pretty much. I mean, there might be there's probably vampires and liches there. I mean, I'm saying, but those are the types of undead that you're gonna run into. You know, your skeletons, wraiths, ghouls, zombies, and so on, and some of the unique ones here, and there will be a lot. So this area is strictly if you want to run some sort of undead thing, or if there's an artifact you want to send the players into an area to go, and they need to venture through here, you can do that. All right. Let's see. So with the haunted wasteland. So let's get out of here. So all right, I'm gonna just stick with this area. Then we're gonna go to the map. So anyway, this section will tell you everything about forests. All right, anything you want to know about the forest areas of Bethica? There are all kind of different forests here. Mountains, this is what I was planning on doing anyway. Didn't get the details, but right here, some of the unique mountains in Bethica, and we can add more and more. I just added this one actually. One of my players wanted something more. He wanted to know where would the fire giants be. Okay, so I created this recently within a few months for him. Like I say, any GM, you say you need something, you want to run something, you want something special, just let me know and I'll add it in. If you purchase this product and you're like, hey, Warren, we want more details about this or this is missing or something like that, let me know. I'll, send me what you're looking for, and I'll go ahead and add it in. I don't know if D&D or any other game system does that for players. I can't say I will always do it, always add it in if it makes sense. It's cool. We like it, I don't have no problem about adding it in. If you want to donate some material because something you did in your campaign or whatever, you're like, hey, Warren, I've been running over here and we got some history over here. We got this bad guy. We got this. We got that. I'm more than willing to add it into the book. So you don't have to be one of our GMs on our Discord channel to add content. You send me a message, say, hey, Warren, this is what I got. Like I said, it'll definitely be up to me and up to the rest of the crew if we'll add it. But I mean, feel free. We like it. We'll add it in. If it makes sense, we'll add it in. All right. Like I said, we just said this is another area that we just recently added in here, the Gray Mountains. This was added in. But anyway, this is all the information about mountains. This right here, all the information about the waters of Bethica, all the seas, the oceans, the lakes. There's a lot more in there, but there's like Crystal Bay, stuff like that. They're more prominent areas, I guess that's what you would call it. All right, the waters. And once again, you guys got little areas. You want more details about there's a lake or something on the map, and you want some information about it. You want me to add something? Just let me know. All right, so that's the water. So here are all the islands. So we have tons more islands in this. I just got them as placeholders on the map with no names, but these are pretty much the island of Gore, Lagley, Sifton, Usha, Gundalorn, or Gundalun, and this one is new. We'll say Cordell. This was new. Once again, one of our GMs wanted something, so we added this. Gundalun was also added in by another GM. And Island of Gore. If you look for like a prehistoric area, you want to like dinosaurs, stuff like that. The Island of Gore is definitely a good one here. I said I was going to get into that, but I'll get to it later. All right, here's all the ruins. So if you want to know about all the ruins here, so these are all there. This one is a new one. I'll get into that later. The Orc Empire here. All right. If you want to know anything about any of the guilds, this might be removed from here. maybe, or I'll put placeholders. But this stuff I had moved all to the player's guide. I mean, that's still stuff here. I do believe, you know, but this one I moved. This all this stuff here is gonna be found in the player's guide. So they're probably gonna move that to the player's guide. Just about the families. So there's some prominent families in Bethica that are well known. So if you're looking for some family names, some history, some background and stuff here, you can come here and get some information about some of the big families that are in Bethica. Lumatares, these are like people like this important people, your champions, um, like influencers here, like this, like if you have an NPC who is influential in the world of Bethica, we could be added here. We're still fleshing this out as we play. We add like Scourge of Bethica. These are like your bad people, so this is where you'll find those. The Bethicans, these like pioneers, people who discovered things and stuff. Sages, famous sages will be here. So we haven't added much here. And I forget what this is for. It's each individual who became a symbol of certain virtue or ideals. So we haven't added much in here, but we will. Let's see what was next. Deities. We kind of moved this stuff out too. You can find all this stuff in the player's guide. So this one is probably gonna be moved or linked from the player's guide to here. Maybe I'm not sure. And then the stuff down here. This. If you're looking for some custom rules, monsters and stuff, put it here. We use tokens for various things. This is unique to the game master. We use we award tokens for different things, treasure tokens and stuff like that. This is more unique to our Discord channel where we run our D&D games. So I might get into that. And this might mean more explain it separately. And then I got some GM tools here, like some placeholders, downtime, helpful information here. So like you want to know about fumbles, dying state, drinking, backstory generator, monster lore, just stuff right here, just GM notes. All right. So I'll kind of explain this. You can see there's tons and tons of stuff here. Let's see. I'm gonna go into the map a little more. I kind of explained everything. So anyway, this is the world map here. You can see there's pins for every location. So you just click the pin. Sometimes the pin will bring up a map. If you want to know about the Emerald Lake, you click that pin, that'll bring that up. If you want to know about this area, you just click it and bring it up. So everything has pins. So if you want to know information about anything, like I said, these got placeholders for. Well, I have an add-on pack that's free, and it's just these are just images. So if you click that and you add it, you can pick up these packs for free. But these are maps. So if you want to know what the islands look like there, you click that, and that'll bring up a map. Right here, same thing here. Here, bring up a map. And these are all free maps from online. People allow us to use them and share them. And that's why they're in the add-on pack for free. But here's the new one island map I showed you. So people always ask, hey, do you have anything for islands, for sea adventures and stuff? Yep. We got this big map over here. It's a whole different continent and kingdom. I haven't ran anything over here, but I just put this in here in case somebody wants. Actually, that's not true. I didn't run that campaign here. So if you want a whole different area, so this area is like, I know it's not like right here. It's like all the way south of here. But if you want to go there, and here you have a map here. Like I say, the Southern Depths. You want to know about it. So like I was telling you, over here, this is the human territory all the way down here. Janelle, Lithen, and Vaslov these are the Timbuktu kingdoms where the felines hang out. If you want to do anything about deserts, we got all kind of information here. The deserts, see, you got pins in here, the Amherst Desert. So if you want like a desert campaign, you can run it here. Here's where the Highlands is. If you want to run anything here, let's give you information about the Highlands. Badlands. I'm still working on this. Actually, I was working with one of the GMs, and we haven't got much in here. I'll get some pins in here, some information, but this is one of like the Badlands. I don't have any. Let's see, what we saying? Oh, anyway, just to tell you about the Badlands and stuff, the history of it and everything. So we'll be fleshing this out, add more information. There's some stuff that you create, want to read, just let us know. Like I said, the desert. Let's start right here. Let's get out of here. Um, so let's see. Here's where the Dwarven Kingdom is. So still working on this. Probably gonna come up with some maps and stuff here. So this is where the Ingemar dwarves would be. Right here is Fire Giants. This is what I told you he was asking. He wanted some information about where would the Fire Giants be. So this is where you will find your Fire Giants. I think it's over here. If we zoom right here, this area, Great Penetrable Mountain, this is where you'll find like your Stone Giants. So they will be here. Um, Up here, if you want to run anything in the cold areas here, so we got areas over here. This is all part of the Abram Kingdom up here. This up until you get to about right here, and uh, Nazarel, or Rella, however you say that. That's here. The Dark Woods. So we want something about the Dark Woods. We got a map for that. Dark Woods region area up here. More detailed information here. Also up here, like I said, the kingdom. If you want to run something like Viking, like cold areas, you can run up here. Here goes some of the towers and ruins I was telling you about. Over here, this is what I was telling you about the Island of Gore. So if you're trying to run something prehistoric like here, we can choose this map here. Do I have anything kind of on the map here? So this is the Island of Gore. There are also settlements here, not much, but it's a pretty dangerous place. So just be careful when you see your players there. This is TR2, 7. We call this Tier 2, but CR7. Let's see, cities. Here's some of the islands here I told you about. The Abysmal Sea, this is a very dangerous area to travel through. Usually people go the long way around it because all the rocks and stuff in the water that you can't ship. This little area is dominated by orcs, trolls, and goblins. So if you want to do anything with orcs, trolls, and goblins, you can send them here. This little patch here, this was an ancient city that got cursed, and now it's ruined, and it's full of all manners of undead and demons in this little area here. They generally don't leave out this area, so there's still a direct route to get through there to come here, but it's very dangerous. Only select caravans go through there. In most cases, they might go by sea, which, like you say, if they go, they got to go the long way around, which could take a lot longer, or they might have to go up through here, these dangerous areas, or something like that. But this was a major route to go between the south to the east. But like, if you want to run a campaign here, like I said, it's a ruined city here, full of undead and monsters and demons here for whatever reason. Here is some other mountains. So anything for mountain regions, you can run stuff here. I think this area, this is more the unique area. This area, I kind of is sort of like your Jacola Timberlands. This area is sort of like what is that vampire's name? Can't think of the vampire's name. Ravenloft. This area is sort of like a Ravenloft. Is this the one? Yeah. Yeah, this area is sort of like a Ravenloft area, so you want to run some sort of Ravenloft type campaign, you can run it here. Western Hills, there's a bunch of dwarves here, a lot of mining. This could be a good adventuring area if you want to run here. There's a lot of dwarves, some mining towns and stuff here in this grass Western Hills. So there's pins here for each what's going on here. This probably opens up to a map somewhere. Yeah, the mine. So if you need a mine map or something, that's there. So let's see. Anything else unique? I told you about that. This, I'm not really going to get into too much. This leads to a different dimensional location that I was running. This was strictly, well, that probably was definitely Ravenloft. Realm of Shadows. That was definitely a Ravenloft type location. Um, I haven't been messing with this in a while. Um, if someone's interested, let me know, because then maybe I'll go back into it. But this is a Shadow Realm. Like I said, this is definitely like a Ravenloft location. Strictly undead. I think it's even more dangerous than Ravenloft. Yes, it's not vampire specific. So when I say Ravenloft, I mean more of undead and stuff like that. It's not ruled by a vampire or anything like that. And the thing here is, every 7 days, I got this from a game we used to play. But every 7 days, undead rises and attacks for throughout the night. So a lot of cities and villages and towns will be walled because on the seventh day, the blood moon, you'll have these undead rising up and attacking every day. But that's a big story about that. It was these three necromancers who kind of did something and it cursed this realm. So that's some history there. Um, Western Woods. Western Woods is full of, if you want to run something sort of like a jungle type area with giant insects and beasts and monsters, the Western Woods is a good area. It's definitely a high tier place for tier 3 and above, CR 15 or less. So it's going to be a very dangerous. Usually people don't even go in the Western Woods because it's so dangerous. Um, and we do have Western Woods regional map. You can see here we got pins and everything there. Um, I think I'm just rambling now, so I at least you got the idea of everything that is here. Don't think I missed out of anything really important. Except for the orcs. Okay, this is the orc territory, so if you want to do something with orcs, they got their little orc kingdoms up here. That's ran by two people. I can't remember if they related or not, but over here is the orc king, and over here is the orc empress. Okay, and they fight between each other. That's why they got their own little territories here. So if you want to run anything with orcs, the orc territory, then there's information of everything here. And this node's also got like quest hooks. So if you're looking for something, you need a quest hook to get the players to go up that way, you can check out the quest hooks. Here, the Underdark. Underdark is here. So if you want to do it, I haven't gotten very much expansion on the Underdark. I've been working on it. We had a few players running some stuff down there, but if for some reason you want to do something for the Underdark, then you can find that right here. This little thing leads right to the Underdark. Alright. And let's see. And let me bring up this. Nope, that's what's there. Nope. Where is right here. So there's a zoomed in map here, right here. So you can see. Let me go here, like I was telling you here, right here, the Underdark here. And you got the Dark Forest here, the Dark Citadel. So if you want to run some darker things as far as like ruins and castles and stuff, this might be a good area to run. Then you got your Curie down here. You got your towns up here. This right here is a good beginning area. I ran stuff from Mansfield once. So if you want to run like a little campaign here, you can do that. And let's see. I think that's it. Sorry about the long video, but I just wanted to let people know everything that's here. All right. I think that's pretty much it for now. But like I wasn't finished. Not that. But, here. So you can zoom. Like I was also, if you want to do something with, like I was telling you, here's more stuff on the locations about the goblins, higher orcs, and the trolls, Troll Hill. So this is more for right here about this. I'll tell you about this area here, the backstory of there. All right, but just go through this stuff, and I mean that's a wealth of stuff I showed you here. But I think this video is long enough. I don't even know how long it is. Oh my gosh, it went an hour. Okay, but anyway, just like I was showing, I just wanted you to know everything that's in the World of Bethica campaign thing. Maybe one day I might do this video again and maybe try and make it a little bit better. But anyway, this is it. Thanks guys for watching. Happy gaming. Bye bye.